Organization is a key concept in development, regardless of the language you are developing in. Keeping your files organized and in an orderly manner will make maintaining a website much simpler and more efficient for you and anyone else that is tasked with maintaining the site. The file structure below is an example of a simple website. The web page files are stored on the root, and the subsequent files are stored in their respective folders, as you can see in the Images, Videos, and Documents folders. When a web page is rendered or displayed in the browser, the files associated with the web page need to be accessible as well. A web page is only aware of the location where it is stored, so this web page only knows about the other files stored in the same location, which in this case would include the other web pages and the subfolders. Examples of links on a web page could include images, documents, videos, and links to other web pages. If the links that have been set up for these are not correct, the link will be broken and the quality of your website will be decreased. If folks using your site consistently see broken links, they will not trust the information on your site and will stop using it. When creating the links in HTML, you must understand the concept of positioning. There are two types, relative and absolute. If I want to create a link to an external website, such as to http://www.microsoft.com, then I would include that entire path in my link reference. This is considered an absolute position. This type of link will work regardless of where the site is viewed from, as long as there is an internet connection and as long as the Microsoft site does not go down or change its URL address. With relative positioning, however, you create the link reference based on the relative location of the web page. The web page can connect to the link as long as the link is valid and the file is still in the same place. It is generally best to use relative positioning when setting up your links. With relative positioning, the link should always work since it is based on the position of the web page file, as long as the file or page you are linking to stays in the same place. To create an absolute link to an image or video or another web page, however, you would have to use the complete path, which would include the drive letter, such as the one I have shown you here. A website needs to be portable, to be able to be moved from one machine to another, and if you use absolute positioning, then the links will be broken on the subsequent machine because that machine's file structure would be different. For instance, it would not have an exact path, such as the one I have shown you here, so the link would fail. Remember that a web page is only aware of the files located in the same location as the web page. When you create a link and just enter the file name, such as I have done with this image, then when the image is rendered, it will provide a broken link placeholder instead of the image itself, because it is expecting there to be a file with this exact name in the same location as the web page. The image files, however, are stored in the Images folder, so I must let the web page know to look in that folder first before looking for this specific image file. Therefore, I must include the folder name in front of the image file name. The web page will know this is a folder name because there is no extension at the end, and there is a slash indicating it is a hierarchical structure. So, as long as the folder is located in the same location as the web page file, then it will be able to look in that folder first and then look for the specific image file indicated. The same concept is true when linking videos, documents, scripts, style sheets, or even other web pages. Videos and style sheets are contained in their respective folders, so their link path would be similar to the earlier one introduced using images. All the web pages, however, are stored in the root, so when referencing those in the menu, there is no need to include a subfolder name. The current web page will simply look for the file in the same location where that web page is stored. When creating these links, it is very important to spell everything correctly and to not leave anything out. A web page must know the exact location of a file, and that includes the file name itself. And a complete file name consists of the name and the extension of the file, so everything must be included. You can have multiple files with the same name in the same location as long as they have different extensions, so it is important to include all the information in the link. It is recommended that you name all of your files and folders with names that describe the contents of the file, and remember to use all lowercase letters and no spaces. Generally, websites are created on a local machine and then moved to a production server after being tested thoroughly. It is imperative that the entire website is tested before moving it to production, including testing every link on the site. When a website is ready to move to production, the root folder is copied to the server. Everything related to that website must be included in that folder, including all web pages, images, documents, videos, etc. And the links to those supplement files must match their location so they will work regardless of where the file is located. If you have a large, more complicated website, be sure and check all the links to ensure they are working. And always remember that a web page is only aware of the files in its current location. So if, for instance, I have a web page stored in this subfolder, I must include path identifiers that let the web page know where to find the other pages. From the home page, you can link to the About page by simply adding the About page's file name, since it is in the same location as the home page. But to access the Contact page from the home page, you must include the folder name as I did previously with the images. The tricky part, however, is when you are on the Contact page and want to navigate back to either the Home or About page. Since neither of those files are stored in the same folder as the Contact page, I must include the double dots and slash, which will alert the web page to go back one level and then look for the web page listed. Likewise, if I wanted to display an image on the Contact page, I would have to alert the web page to go back one level and then look in a subfolder before looking for the image file needed. These relative paths can get complicated, so keep your website structure as simple as you can. But it is not recommended that you keep all your files in the root because it makes organizing and maintaining the system a nightmare. It is similar to organizing papers in your office. It is much better to put the papers in their respective drawers so you can find them easily, rather than having them scattered all over your desk.